There were indications of military presence.
If care is not taken, gentlemen, one day Ghana will be in hell.
That money goes to me. I take it.
Illegally is very, very dangerous.
An epidemic in a tiny country on the west coast of Africa. Some powerful individuals, together with investors, have caused damages that will take centuries to undo. They cut down forests, dig farms, poison the water. They squeeze this tiny country for everything it got without a care about the consequences. Today, we are delving into the world of illegal mining, locally known as Galamsey, where politicians, foreign interests, and powerful locals converge, leaving a trail of devastation. In recent years, Ghana consistently ranked among the top gold producers in Africa. In 2020, the value of Ghana's gold exports reached an all-time high of $6.6 billion, contributing substantially to the nation's economy, solidifying its position as one of the world's leading gold producers. However, it's not all glitter and gold. There's a dark side to this industry. Ghana's gold industry faces some major challenges. The biggest one is illegal mining, locally known as Galamsey. Miners operating without permits and regulations. Most operations are small scale and unregulated. According to the laws in Ghana, only Ghanaians are allowed to mine in Ghana, but Chinese nationals have dominated the illegal mining industry in Ghana.
Look at our water. You see the problem you have caused. You come from your country and destroying our water. The water we will drink. Can you drink this?
It's been destroyed by Chinese people. I just don't get it. Okay, this place used to be a farmland. People grow their cocoa, people grow their plantain, people grow rice.
2 Chinese nationals were arrested at Atieku near Chufuprasu in the Central region.
They cause irreversible damages to the environment by using mercury and other chemicals that are banned in the mining process. They leave their mess behind and then go back to their country with the money they got. This Chinese lady is famous in Ghana for her notoriety in illegal mining. See how Ghanaian blogs describe her. Aisha Huang was arrested in 2017 and deported to China. She returned to Ghana, acquired a national identification card, and then went back to the forest to mine illegally. She was caught again in 2022. According to the prosecution, she applied for a Togo visa, then went through the borders to Ghana, and then back to the Galamsey business in the Ashanti region. She changed her identity only to come back to Ghana to commit the same crime. As a Ghanaian, I know for a fact she couldn't have gotten the Ghana identification card without the help of some powerful locals. Even some Ghanaians can't get the national identification card without providing their birth certificates or at least proving they are Ghanaian first. Some politicians have been accused of facilitating illegal mining by providing security and permits for financial support during elections.
Joy News has discovered over 30 fully armed military personnel protecting miners pillaging the Manso Forest in the Ashanti region. This is despite the government's announced withdrawal of all military personnel from mining sites across the country. There was a standoff between the military personnel protecting the miners and the Environmental Sustainability Task Force of the Ministry of Environment, to the extent that the Joy News team carrying the operations of the task force was attacked and had its vehicle and camera damaged.
There were indications of military presence.
From what we are seeing here, it looks like there are some military men involved in this whole activity in this forest.
In the midst of our search, a young military officer drove into the compound in a Tundra vehicle. He started making some calls to his superiors. Within the next 30 minutes, the whole place was crawling with over 30 angry armed military military men. Anger turned into heated verbal exchanges and near fisticuffs. The Chinese were released. Things got physical as the macho men assaulted my driver, forcibly took the keys to our vehicle and struggled with a camera technician for the camera.
Local communities are often involved, driven by high unemployment. Some influential chiefs and traditional authorities support illegal mining because of the economic benefits it brings to their communities. But I think the biggest problem of all is corruption within law enforcement in Ghana. It allows illegal miners to operate with little fear of prosecution. However, it remains a complex challenge due to its economic, political, and social dimensions. Combating it requires effort to addressing its root causes and systematic challenges. Ghana's gold production plays a pivotal role in providing the world with this precious metal. The consequences of Galamsey affect almost everyone.
When we were very young, we see that the pearl was very clean and golden color. We used to swim, we used to fish in the river, but now because of the activities of the Galamsey, we can't use all these things that I mentioned.
Going underground to dig up gold is very dangerous. Sometimes the soil collapses, causing landslides, burying the miners instantly. Chemicals used in the mining process like mercury and cyanide ends up poisoning rivers, then eventually into the bodies of the people in the local communities that depend on these rivers for their water. Even dust and fumes from mining operations lead to air pollution, impacting the health of communities. Ghana, previously the Gold Coast, has a rich history of gold mining dating back centuries. In ancient times, Ghana was a hub for the trans-Saharan trade routes where gold was highly prized. Gold has a spiritual meaning that is recognized in many cultures in Ghana. It is often associated with the divine, and it is believed to represent spiritual enlightenment and transformation. In many spiritual traditions, gold is seen as a symbol of purity and wisdom. But the arrival of European colonial powers, primarily the British, marked a period of gold exploitation, where it was illegal for Ghanaians to mine their own gold. Ghana's journey to independence in 1957 bore testament to the historical significance of gold as it changed its name from Gold Coast to Ghana, the land of gold. Several major mining companies operate in Ghana. They are instrumental in driving gold production in Ghana. Although it is important to note that not all investments are exploitative, most investors negotiate contracts that heavily favor their interests, often leading to an equal distribution of profits. This can include low tax rates, minimal royalties, and favorable terms for companies engaged in resource extraction practices that poisons and destroys the environment, polluting water sources and destroying ecosystems with almost no environmental safeguards. Companies engage in unfair labor practices, including low wages, poor working conditions, and inadequate worker rights protection. Some of these companies exploit loopholes and engage in tax avoidance strategies. In some cases, foreign investors engage in corrupt practices like bribing government officials for security or just to avoid regulatory scrutiny. It's important to note that responsible foreign investment can also bring significant benefits to the country. To avoid exploitation, countries like Ghana need to negotiate fair and transparent agreements, enforce strong regulations, and promote sustainable resource extraction practices. Illegal mining doesn't just harm the environment, it also undermines Ghana's local economy. Farming areas are often converted into mining sites. This used to be a cocoa farm. Overall, illegal mining poses a severe threat to the local communities. Galamsey disrupts natural habitats, leading to the displacement of wildlife, ecosystems, and reducing biodiversity, affecting food production. Mining chemicals are dumped into the country's water, causing health problems for both miners and nearby communities. The use of chemicals like mercury and cyanide contaminate rivers, poisoning the aquatic life and the communities that depend on these rivers to survive. The most alarming aspect of this issue is the alleged involvement of politicians. In Galamsey, the issue of illegal mining in Ghana is a complex web of economics, politics, and environmental destruction. Thank you for joining us as we shed light on this pressing issue. If you found this video informative, like and subscribe.
These are all what we are fighting for.